Now, from WCIA3 News.
This school voted to renew a special program for better safety, but what are city council members saying about that? And just as more people look to public transportation to avoid those higher gas prices, NTD is making some changes, how you could be affected.
And one group has a scholarship program to help those furthering their education. What a new partnership means for those seeking higher education in the state.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA3 News at 10.
And I am full support of our SRO. That's all I needed to say.
Voting is underway in Urbana tonight on whether to renew the school's resource officer program. Thanks for joining us. I'm McLeod Hegeman.
And I'm Jessica Coons. The school board has already signed off on that renewal, and tonight council members are voting. This discussion comes almost 2 weeks after a deadly mass shooting at an elementary school in Texas. WCIA3's Marley Capper is live in our newsroom. Marley, not everyone at tonight's meeting is on board with keeping this program.
Some of the people there said that they opposed having a school resource officer, but most people and some students who even showed up tonight shared stories about the high school SRO and said why the position needs to continue in Urbana schools. A school resource officer, also known as an SRO, are members of law enforcement who monitor school campuses. They also help prevent and respond to crime in schools. Several students that spoke tonight says they feel safer at their school, knowing that there's an SRO there. Urbana Mayor Diane Marlin says she's always supported resource officers, and following the recent tragedy in Uvalde, Texas, she thinks they're more important than ever.
The events of the last couple of weeks have just been horrific. But, you know, my kids were in middle school when Columbine happened, and I remember just the horror and the sheer terror and back then, and it hasn't changed. So this is, you know, unfortunately, we have an entire generation of people who have grown up under this threat, a very real threat. It's more than a threat, it's a reality.
School resource officers are sworn-in officers. They also have additional training to be on school campuses. It's been a really long discussion tonight. Voting is still underway now. We have heard from a few of the city council members who are saying that they intend to vote when that vote does come around, but we'll bring you updates on air and online as the vote comes in. Reporting live in our newsroom, Marley Capper, WCIA3, your local news leader.
All right, Marley, thank you.
A Lincoln man is in serious condition after police say he crashed his car while driving drunk. It happened last night near the intersection of Route 121 and Heman Road in Macon County. Police say 28-year-old Christian Van Hook's car went off the road and into a ditch, crashing into a power pole. He's been charged with driving under the influence, not slowing down to avoid an accident, and using the wrong lane. Champaign County Crime Stoppers need your help to find a couple shooting suspects. Authorities say their gunfire hit a child who was inside a nearby home. Champaign police were called to East Church and North 4th Streets just before 7:30 the night of May 18th. Authorities say a child was hit in the hand from a gunshot after two people started shooting at a third outside the child's home. Witnesses say the suspects left in a white car. Shortly after, an 18-year-old boy showed up to the hospital with non-life-threatening wounds to his arm. If you have surveillance video of the scene or any details about what may have happened, you can report that and remain anonymous. All you have to do is point your cell phone's camera at this flow code, and that should take you to the Crime Stoppers sites. If your information leads to an arrest, you could be entitled a cash reward. The city of Champaign has a new police chief. Chief Timothy Tyler officially took over this morning. He comes to the department after a years-long career with Illinois State Police and the Illinois Departments of Natural Resources. He also served in the U.S. military for 32 years. Chief Tyler says his main focus will be community engagement, addressing gun violence, and filling department vacancies.
It's no secret gas prices are on the rise, and experts say you probably won't see them come down anytime soon. The national average is expected to hit $5 a gallon within a week, and that's already happened in Illinois. We spoke with a U of I economist today who says using public transportation is one way to save money, and he also suggests investing in a hybrid or electric-powered vehicle.
Gas prices are still going up. Battery prices are still coming down. Electric vehicles are becoming more common. They keep adding charging stations. And so eventually, and I cannot say when exactly, but eventually electric vehicle will be cheaper than gasoline.
He predicts eventually gasoline-powered cars will be extinct.
And besides buses, some people are using bikes to avoid spending money on gas. But even biking to work is getting more expensive. Global supply shortages hit bike shops hard in 2020. Many places like Champaign Cycle are starting to finally bounce back. They say the cost of some bike parts has increased 25%, slowly bringing up their prices as well.
Some things have gone up, not a lot. Some have gone up the 25%, but sort of the entry-level hybrid bike has gotten significantly more expensive than it was 2 years ago.
He says before the pandemic, some bike orders would have taken a few days to arrive. And now he doesn't expect those same models to show up until fall of 2023.
Some changes are coming to Champaign-Urbana MTD's schedule. MTD is cutting back on routes in U of I's campus town. Now, this happens every time there's a school break, but MTD is also still dealing with a driver shortage. That shortage has also caused cuts around Champaign-Urbana for the last 2 years.
We want to restore our frequencies in the community and restore our frequencies on campus just as much. So the key to all of that is having enough qualified bus operators.
And she says they are encouraging those qualified drivers to apply.
The opportunity for debt-free college is becoming more of a reality for students across the state. The U of I announced a new partnership with Hope Chicago to do just that. The nonprofit group would like to reduce economic and social burdens of higher education. They have partnered with the University of Illinois, Champaign-Urbana campus, Springfield campus, and Eastern Illinois. With community partnerships, they raise money to offer scholarships for students. U of I Chancellor Robert Jones says this organization is one of the best he's experienced in his 43 years in education.
And Hope Chicago now is going to add to something we created called Illinois Commitment, that provides free tuition and fees for any student from a family of $67,100 or less. When you add that with the Hope Chicago commitment, it means that we can now spread that commitment to more Illinois residents and hopefully create an environment where more students are attending universities across the state.
Hope Chicago is working with 23 universities across the state to keep students in state and to provide economic relief for students who are struggling to make ends meet.
It may seem early, but one health department wants parents to already start thinking about back to school. The Iroquois County Public Health Department says now is the time to schedule those regular back-to-school vaccines because they want families to avoid a rush. If you're not sure whether your child needs vaccinations, you can contact your doctor or public health.
Top Gun is topping the box office, and there's a cool connection the original movie has to the U of I.
Plus, you've probably heard of the state bird. How about the state rock? We'll tell you why this one was picked.
All right, Kevin, how is our forecast looking for this week? Pretty comfortable. Yeah.